everyone, and welcome to Bourbon Bytes Whiskey Reviews with a Gaming Twist. I am Clifton, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream. Another one, I got a guest for you guys again. Y'all know I love bringing guests on, so tonight's going to be a really special one. But first, I want to give a couple shout-outs to a couple people I see in the chat. Y'all have been chatting it up. I see lots of familiar faces here today. What is up? Well, first of all, Swan says send help. Yes, I'll bring him out of captivity here in a second because he's our guest of the evening. Whiskey Mountains, what's up, Adriana? Don Nishida using that amazing Cliffy emoji. It doesn't show up here, but y'all saw it in the chat. There's Donnie the Linux Cat, amazing mod here tonight. Fred Gilbert, patron of the show. I think I said Don Nishida. Sugar Kitty, what's up? Another Byte Club member. Byte Club is the membership program on my channel. If you want to get access to Cliffy emojis and things like that, you can become a member for only $1.99 a month. It supports the channel and helps out a lot. You can also become a patron. Like I mentioned, all these amazing patrons here tonight showing support and amazing mods out here. I see Emily Chambers. Emily, how are you doing tonight? Wesley Zeller, another amazing patron. Nick Proman. I think that's Mr. Whiskey Shits, what's up? And Whiskey Knows. They were on my channel last week for my 3-year Whiskey Tube celebration. If y'all missed that, make sure to go catch the replay. I see Bourbon Noob here. What's up? He is a patron and a Byte Club member. Fancy that. Cheech Ardolino, another Cheech. I think I made him a mod. I hope he's a mod. Cheech, if you're not a mod, I need to open up YouTube and make you a mod because everyone knows that you're everyone's favorite mod. Just kidding. I love all my mods, but You do your job well. All right. So like I said, special guest tonight. He is a Kentucky bourbon lover. It's exclusively, okay, I'm not going to lie. It's not exclusively what he drinks, but it used to be. So please welcome our good friend. Y'all all know him. Y'all may even know him as either Swan. You may know him as I Sit on Sofas from the Bourbon Bytes Discord server. Please welcome our friend Swan, the Kentucky bourbon lover. What's up, Swan?
Guys?
Man, it's exciting to finally have you on a stream. I feel like we've been talking about it forever.
Yeah, my schedule's a little tight, but when we plan it out 3 or 4 weeks in advance, we can make it happen.
For sure. We actually have a couple streams in mind coming soon. So this is the first of many. So if y'all enjoy it tonight, make sure to hit the like button down below and let us know that you're enjoying it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button as well. It's completely free. You can hit the bell button too to be notified every time we go live. So, all right, Swan, I know you've been anxiously awaiting this stream. tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, so Clifton sent me some samples. I've got 6 here that we're going to be doing tonight, and some of them are bourbon colored, and then some are not. I've not, with the exception of one, just because it was a little iffy in the packaging there when it came in. I sealed it back up, got a little on my hands, and realized, oh, this is not bourbon. I've not opened them and smelled them, so I'm super nervous with some of these. And I'm also a little excited because, expanding what you like is never a bad thing. And at some point or another, I'm sure I've had bourbon finished in something that we're going to be trying tonight. So that'll be interesting to get the full impact of some of these things.
Yes, very cool. And like I said, none of these are bourbons. I hate to ruin it for you, but there's no bourbons here. There are some Americans. There's one American spirit. The rest are not American. So should be awesome. A fun one. So as we do this, as he tastes through this, it's blind for him, but I'm going to be showing you guys the bottles of what he's drinking because I have to pour some for myself. I do ask if you're in the chat, please don't spoil in the chat what he's drinking because he can see the chat here too. Feel free to giggle and leave your comments, but don't spoil what he's drinking. If my mods, we have all the mods are here tonight. I don't see Brandon, but most of the mods are here. Y'all keep an eye on that. Feel free to delete comments if people accidentally spoil it. I know y'all get excited for things, but just want to put that disclaimer out there. Please don't spoil it as we're tasting through it. But once I've revealed it, we can talk about it for sure. So, all right, man. You ready to get into this? I know you were drinking some good stuff earlier. You were on Perry's stream with me for his birthday celebration. So,
yeah, nothing too crazy. Just kind of getting back into some regulars, some Knob Creek, Little Wilderness Trail, some Old Overholt. But Now I'm going to be drinking none of that. And some,
now get ready to be screwed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm actually okay. I know we've been teasing this I'm going to get him with these, but I actually genuinely want to know what you think of these. Some of these are going to be familiar to you because, like you said, you have expanded your palate a bit since, honestly, it's been happening, the past year or so you've been kind of dabbling in other things?
Yeah, and I think it's important, too, that, if you're like me and you like Wild Turkey and Knob Creek and all this, and I go through this and you kind of buy into my palate from the podcast, and Clifton, points out that I like 2 or 3 of these, maybe it's something you can expand into a little bit.
Yeah. So that's the goal. We may, replace bourbon as his favorite spirit. I don't know. I put out a poll on Patreon.
That's
Patreon,
strong
sorry.
one there.
Yeah, I put out a poll on Instagram. If you still have time to vote, I'm going to reveal the results at the end of the stream. If you're not yet following me on Instagram, it's at Bourbon Bytes. But I put up a poll saying, will he like these? I don't want to spoil the results so far. Will he like these more than bourbon? So y'all still have time to vote. Make sure you're following me. Cast your vote, and we're going to reveal at the end of the night what y'all think. If y'all think he will find a new favorite spirit. We'll see. We'll see. But you ready to get into the first one here tonight? I need to look at my key. I saw Donnie ask if there's going to be a key. There's not going to be a key. I'm going to show you guys the bottle while he looks away from the camera. But yeah, okay, Swan, I'm about to get ready to pull it. So look away from the camera. Y'all in the chat, reminder.
Right, I got this.
Reminder, no spoiling it in the chat. We can talk about it afterwards, but I'm just going to show you guys what he's drinking. That's the bottle right there. Keep your eyes closed. I got to pour some real quick. So man, Cheech, thank you so much for dropping all the links. Appreciate you, man. And you guys, follow me on Twitch. I want to do more gaming streams, hopefully here soon, because I have a lot of games I've been buying, and I'm also going to do a new gaming series. I don't know if you watched my 3-year anniversary video, but there's a new gaming series coming later this month on Saturdays, so stay tuned for that. Okay, Swan, you can look now.
Awesome.
All right, so first glass A. This is bourbon colored.
Yeah.
Let me know. I'm curious. Not that you have to guess specifically what it is, but I am curious to hear if you do have any guesses as you go.
I'm wondering how you decided to get these, because they are like lighter in color as it goes down through. So I'm wondering if it's most bourbon influenced to least.
Not necessarily. So what I typically do when I do these is I like to go in order of proof. So I think mostly these all increase in proof as we go along. I didn't want to blow your palate, and then the ones that may blow your palate are like later on. So I want to keep it fair. But I mean, so you're thinking this is bourbon like?
Kind of. I mean, it's got a sweetness to it, but it's not something I would typically find in bourbon. It's not like doesn't feel like a corn sweetness or like a grain sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what's coming from. I don't know if it's the initial mash or if it's what it was matured in or what.
I will say these are all distilled spirits, if that helps.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go for it.
All right. What was that face?
It's completely different than what I'm used to. That reminds me of some Armagnacs that I've had.
Interesting.
But I don't know if it's... That is weird, man. Okay.
Any guess? You said you guessed it was like an Armagnac.
You actually have more experience.
Yeah, you have more experience with those than I do, actually. I think actually Fred's going to send me a flight here soon where I'm going to try a couple different other ones.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like an Armagnac to me, but I don't have enough experience to tell whether or not it's like a sugarcane base or if it's like a grape cognac Armagnac style base. Because it to me, it just reads sweet and it's not bourbon. So that's kind of where my palate's lying.
It's very sweet, yeah. Any guesses on proof? I'm curious. This isn't Matt Madness, but I'm still going to quiz you on things.
Like high 90s, maybe. I have no guess on the age.
Gotcha. Well, I will say it's bottled in bond.
Okay, so that's not too far off.
Does that give you any guesses? Or see? Okay, I will say before this, I didn't realize you could have something bottled in bond that wasn't a whiskey. That's just my ignorance.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen some bottled in bond spirits that are not whiskey, and they've almost exclusively been brandy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I would probably place my bet, but I'm not sure. And it does remind me of some like cognacs, Armagnacs that I've had. But I mean, if it's coming from the States, this is my guess probably from the one that's from the States, and it's going to be 100 proof.
You ready for a reveal? We're going to reveal these as we go. Why not, right?
Yeah, hit me with it. What we got?
So actually, I had this on the stream. So I actually sent you the sample before I planned to do a stream about this, but then the owners offered to come on a stream with me. So this is Tom's Foolery Bonded Applejack. So you were right with the brandy. You said great, but I mean, I'll give it to you. It's apple brandy.
Yeah.
This surprised me. It's very, I mean, it's sweet, like you said. It's bourbon-like, but the sweetness is different. It's definitely like a fruity kind of sweetness.
Yeah. I don't really pick up on the apple. I mean, if anything, I would almost think it's more of like the spices you would put in like an apple pie as opposed to just the apple.
Yeah, you know, I asked them a really dumb question when they were on. I was like, so like you said, they said it's distilled from apple cider. I'm like, do you put like the cinnamon in it before? And they're like, oh no, we don't add cinnamon. I'm like, oh, that was a dumb question. But to me, I get a lot, like you said, I get like the cinnamon, like the that's what I think of like an apple pie.
Yeah. No, it's good. I will definitely pick some of this up when it hits my area because I heard Ian go nuts over it, and then to see you review it and like it, it's definitely got some acclaim behind it.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it. I need to try more brandies. Like I said, you have more Armagnac experience than I do. Those are all grape, correct?
Yeah, and Armagnac and Cognac are relatively the same process, but
Just the regions,
it's more
basically.
it's just based on region.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But no, that's good. That's fantastic. I don't know if I like it more than bourbon because I feel like I have to have that qualifier after every one, but it's good.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, but it's only going to get weirder from here. So,
Fantastic. I'm here for it.
So, all right. Well, I realized I gave myself way too big before, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it.
I'll probably finish it too. It'll make it interesting towards the end of the stream, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I will say, okay, so 2 of these in this lineup are the same category of spirit. I'll give you that. That's all I'll give you. The rest are all different from each other. So, with that being said, let's go on and move on to your letter B. So if you want to get that poured and look away from the camera, I'm going to show these guys what you'll be drinking. So, all right. So this is B for Swan. So the bottle right there. Make sure you guys can see that. The autofocus isn't on, so you can't see it. But oh well. So. All right, keep your eyes closed just in case the bottle shows when I'm pouring it. Because sometimes I've made that mistake before. I've like held up a bottle in front of someone while I'm blinding. I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, you're good. I don't wear my glasses most of the time. I enjoy going blind.
All right, you're good. You are good to look now.
Awesome. All right, took a little whiff of this one. I've got no idea what's going on. Okay.
Any first impressions, first thoughts?
This one feels bourbon barrel aged, and I can't place like a sugar caniness to it, so I'm going to assume it's probably not rum. But to say what it is, I'm lost. I'll be honest.
Whiskey Mountain says that is one good-looking shirt. Yes, my shirt just came in. My Whiskey Mountain shirt. It is amazing. I can't turn around because I'm wearing headphones, but it says find your shimmy. I'm going to spill my glasses, but yeah, you can find that at whiskeymountains.com. Her merch is awesome. I also got a travel coffee cup that's beautiful. So y'all need to go check out her merch shop. It's awesome. All right, have you tasted it yet? Or you still on nosing?
No, I'm just smelling it, man. This is confusing.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just let you try it.
See, I had like a small guess on the nose, and now I'm just lost.
Oh, no. Wait, so what
Yeah.
was your small guess on the nose?
On the nose, I was like, maybe this is like a añejo tequila or something like that. But this is, to me, is reading a little more grape heavy on the palate, lead me to believe it's like a cognac or an Armagnac or something. But the nose has got that kind of like not quite sugar cane sweetness, but sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is too, like when you move away from bourbon, you're going to get some sweeter stuff.
You were going in a good direction when you said grape, but I will tell you this is not a cognac or a brandy.
Mm.
Now let that guide you however you.
I have no clue.
I thought you would guess this one quicker. Honestly.
I mean, an American single malt, maybe?
This is not from America.
Yeah, no clue. That one's got me stumped. Let me take another sip of it.
If it's, I don't know if that's a spoiler. I'm trying to tease you into it. Okay, so it's probably your next favorite spirit outside of America, based on what I know about you.
So it's a Scotch, probably. I'm picking up the maltiness now.
I was going to say, I think making it too broad might have been a problem, so I need to narrow it down for you. So when I mentioned the grapiness, I was referring to the finish. So I want to get you back on track with like what you're used to.
It reminds me a little bit of like how Glendronach does like a blend of port and Pedro Jimenez for their 12.
Okay.
But it's not near as sweet as some of the just blatant like port finish stuff that I've had. So I'm not sure where it lands. It does read like either like a Speyside or a Highland Scotch. Now that I'm getting a little bit more of the maltiness behind all the maturation that was done to it, but God bless, I don't know what this is.
That's a lot closer than a tequila.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of the tequilas you have are like the real finish, like aged ones can just confuse me. I have no clue.
Yeah.
That's a whole land I've not explored.
Okay, well, before we reveal what it is, do you like it?
I do like it.
Now that you know a little more closer to what it is, I'm curious to hear if you like it.
I do like it quite a bit. I'm curious to know what it is, though.
All right, let's get into the reveal. I realize we're probably going to go way quicker than an hour, but we're going to stick around and drink a little more after if we finish early.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So this one is one that I picked up recently. I actually texted you when this went live on my store. I'm like, ooh, this sounds really interesting. This is a Deanston. It's a 2006 cream sherry finish. So you were right on the dot. This is like a very sweet sherry. So with the PX cast, you were super, super close there. And it is a Highland. It's a Highland. Non-chill filtered, 54.2% ABV. I like this a lot. I think it was pretty affordable from what I remember. I think it was around 70-ish. But for cast strength, I always go for cast strength Scotch when I'm going for Scotch.
Yeah.
I think I really like the stuff that Deanston does.
I've had their bourbon cask, and that's about the only one I've had from them. But the weird thing with cream sherry is you have this like you feel like it's going to add an additional mouthfeel, but I don't really get much of like an additional mouthfeel, more so than I would with like just a European oak cask finish something, like a French oak finish something.
Fred said it's a weird finish. It is an unusual one. The reason I picked this up was because I had forgotten that I had already tried it in a blind flight. And my friend in my local group was like saying like, "Oh, Clifton, this is the one that you loved." I'm like, "Was it?" So I had to go buy a bottle. So I'm glad that I still like it, but it's different. But I think it pairs really well with Deanston.
Yeah, it's good. I've only had their bourbon cask finish, but the base product, if I know the cream sherry is there, I can kind of see where it would be closer to that Deanston.
So Adriana asked, difference between sherry and cream sherry. I believe cream sherry is a category sherry referring to the sweeter ones. I could be wrong. I'm not. I have only done one sherry stream, and we didn't get into cream sherry, but I believe it's similar to like a PX sherry, or something in like the sweeter categories of sherry. But don't quote me on that. Just a guess.
That is good though. I think I like that better than the first one. Okay,
I would agree. I do too.
All right.
How are you feeling? You got four more.
It's scaring me because these two I feel like are like well within my category. You said this was going to get weird. So
you know what? It may not get as weird as you're thinking. I think we hyped it up a little. Like I like making it exciting and like I'm like, oh, what weird shit am I gonna give him? But these are all things that were already in my collection anyways, so they're not going to be like some weird like ancient tribal juice or something. I don't know. I wish I did. Wish I had some stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool, but no, this is definitely expanding my palate because I'm still new to a lot of this stuff.
Have you tried Baiju? I think it's pronounced. Have you tried that? It is very, very different. My friend Elizabeth let me try it. She had a bottle of it, and man, that stuff's crazy. I should have got that. Next weird things with Swan stream. I'll send you some of that because that's gonna be that one it blew my mind that day. It's very similar to like it's kind of like absinthe, but it's like I'm not even gonna try to explain it unless I have it in front of me. It's a weird one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get C poured up and let it breathe a little bit because I think that was part of the confusion with the last one. These have been sealed up for a bit.
That's true. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and show it to the audience. So if you don't mind looking away, let's go ahead and all right. So this, I almost said what this is. That's not what I'm supposed to do. All right. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to turn my autofocus on because it's not. There's some small print on here that I want people to read. All right. Try again. Oh, I heard a kitty.
I know. He's out there screaming. We threw birdseed all over the porch, and the squirrels have been out like crazy.
Oh. All right. I'll explain more to you guys in the chat what this is later on. It's a very specific one. All right, you can look and you can give the cat some attention if he wants attention.
He'll be good. I think we can just get him off from here.
Oh, hello. Right. Who is that?
This is Gus.
Gus. How many cats do you have now? 3, 4?
Plenty. I have 3.
That's like wow, you don't even want to admit how many you have. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time, man.
Yeah. All right. So this one it's not too far out of your wheelhouse.
Okay. Man, you got a lot of the sweeter stuff.
Yeah. That wasn't intended to be the stream, but actually, so Ed's in the chat. Ed has actually had this on a stream with me before. So, fun fact.
Swan, the crazy cat bird. Absolutely, Chris.
Any guesses based on the nose what this may be?
No. This one, I mean, it's not. This is the first one that I've had that is not coming off like it's grape or anything like that influenced at all. But that kind of scares me a little bit because that's like everything I've had has been a little more in that wheelhouse.
Gotcha.
But I guess that would mean it would be grain.
Maybe not.
Damn it.
Go ahead and taste it. I think once you taste it, you might be a little more.
Okay. It's real caramel heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I have no clue what it is, but I like it.
I unfortunately really like it too. That's a problem because it doesn't really exist anymore.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry if you. I was kind of hoping you wanted this to be your. I was hoping this was going to be your favorite, but I'm like, sorry, because it's. I think it's pretty freaking fantastic for what it is.
It is very good, but I cannot place it for the life of me. It's got like a nice kind of vanilla butterscotchy kind of thing that you get from a lot of bourbon. That's kind of. I will say, 7.
You have had something very similar to this before. I believe you've had it on the podcast at one point. It's been a while though.
Irish whiskey, maybe.
Maybe.
Trying to think. It reads like it's got a little that like honey kind of biscuit caramel thing. So I'm gonna guess it's probably an Irish whiskey, but I'm not 100% sure what distillery. And the proof. Let me go back and see if I can get
it's hot. It's pretty hot. Oh, I guess I kind of spoiled it. Oh, Chris says they may still have some of that in Australia. Man, please let me know.
I mean, I don't know. The little bit of Irish whiskey that I have at my house, like the 2 or 3 bottles, they don't taste like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure if it's an expression I've had or if it's maybe like an older iteration of something I've had. If I had to guess, it would probably be like maybe like a finished green spot or something. I'm not sure, but that does taste like Irish whiskey. It's got more, and the more I sip it, the more it's got that kind of like honey biscuity note that I get on Irish whiskey. Mm-hmm. Could be completely off base, but that's where it's taking me.
All right, you ready for a reveal?
Let's see what we got.
So it was indeed Irish whiskey. So this is, my green screen does not like it, but so this is a special release. Let me make it focus. It did it earlier. Let me see if I can do it again. I forget that it's capturing my whole camera. Okay, there we go. So this was the small batch cast strength. This is before the new national cast strength. So this is when they did like a batch A, batch B, batch C, and batch D. This was batch B. It was actually a single barrel select, like K&L Wine and Merchants is on the side of it. So it was only 250 bottles from this specific batch. This is a 14-year-old cast strength sherry focused. The B batch was their primary sherry focused redbreast. This is my favorite redbreast I've ever tried. Now, I did do a blind and it got beat, but other than that, this to me, I Southern California will agree. Everyone that got a ball of this as like this went for $300 or $400 secondary. I paid $100 for it, so people love it.
That's a lot more influenced of an Irish whiskey than the 12 cast strength I've got downstairs. That one doesn't feel nearly as sherry heavy. So I mean, I guess that's the point. But
yeah, so
no, that's different. Good.
Each of the batches, I don't remember. They had a cheat sheet when this first came out. Like the A batch was more of like the spice focus, and I think the B was the sherry focus. But I think it's creamy. I think it's this. Honestly, I love this so much more than like the new cast strength, the old 12-year cast strength, which is great. Which I know that's the one that you tried before, right? The 12-year cast strength.
Yeah.
I think this is, to me, I like it a lot better. But that's just me. I'm a lover for all things like sherry.
No, that's delicious. That's the first one I'm definitely going to save. I think that's definitely my favorite thing I've tried tonight.
Better than bourbon. I know that's a very broad thing. Okay, I shouldn't say better than bourbon. Better than most bourbons. How about that?
Yes, I will give you that. I think that's great. I've personally kind of fallen more into the rye category recently, but I think that's just you have phases with that kind of stuff. But it's good. No, it's really good. I think it's better than anything I got sitting on this table over here, which I can show some of those later. But it's good. I love that.
Gotcha. I'm glad you.
We'll scared of this next one, man, because this one you can tell. It kind of rubbed off the lettering a little bit.
It leaked a little bit, and it completely obliterated the label. So that should be a sign of good things or bad things, either extremely toxic or extremely hybrid.
Yeah, but Clifton definitely packages well. So when it got here, it had not oxidized or anything, and I got a little bit of my finger after getting it out of the little baggie, and this one is just undeniably rum. I know that.
We'll see. But close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Okay, let me get it poured real quick.
Okay, yeah. You never know. All right, eyes are closed.
I never know.
You guys remember, don't spoil this in the chat. No typing it out, no sounding it out, none of that. But it's shown. Let me pour it in my glass. Keep your eyes closed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I smelled it as soon as I opened it.
Yeah, it's potent. That's what I picked up from the sample.
I bet your package smelled lovely when it arrived. Hopefully
it did. It really did.
All right, you can look now.
Okay. Let me clean my palate off a little bit.
Patrick, I said don't spoil it, Patrick. I'm just kidding.
Right,
he said Malort. He said Malort.
Okay, I switched it to private chat, so I wouldn't see anything. Let me go back.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate you.
This is a learning experience for me, man. I don't want it to be ruined either.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited to let you try some of these.
Okay, these last three scare me a little bit. Let's go.
These last three are going to be the strangest. We'll just say that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely rum.
Why would you say that?
Okay, so rum just has this just super sugary, but kind of like sugar cane, earthy smell to me that it's undeniable. More so than any spirit to me, it sticks out. I don't hate it, but my first experience with rum was me going, haha, look, they've got this rum that's overproof. What's that mean? It's 138 proof. And I'm like, well, I drink Elijah Craig barrel proof all the time. And I took it home and it kicked my ass. It did. Yeah. I mean,
some of that really overproof rum is some of that I feel like is intentionally potent. I had one that literally I've never tasted jet fuel, but to me, this has to be jet fuel. It was so astringent.
Well, the one I had was not super astringent, and I don't dislike it. It just needed to be in a cocktail for me. Mm-hmm. So I had the Plantation Old Fashioned Traditional Dark, I believe is what it's called.
Oh yeah, I've had
138.
Yeah, actually, Disneyland uses that. There's a nice tiki bar at Disneyland that I love called Trader. Almost said Trader Sam's. It's Trader Sam's, not Trader Joe's. I get them flip flopped. I love both of those places. Mm-hmm. It's Trader Sam's, and they have a swizzle. I think it's called Jungle Swizzle that uses that overproof rum. That stuff I've never had it neat, but in a swizzle, that stuff is damn good.
Yeah, Zophir's reminding me that rum is made from sugar cane. That's a good point.
It's made from yeah.
Yep, that would probably be why I associate those two things. Because I've actually had sugarcane and just like chewed on it before. You can actually do that. You can just chew on it, and it's
I haven't done that, but
just like this.
well, what? Okay, if you look beyond that, what are you getting? Anything else on it? Like maybe any like casks or anything, age, anything?
I mean, if I'm comparing it to the last thing that I've had, this does feel finished, but I'm not sure what with.
Actually, I had to double check, so I couldn't remember.
Oh, that's tasty. There's kind of like a pear kind of almondy thing, like after you get past that just potent rum flavor.
You said almond. I'm getting a little amaretto kind of. Yeah, I for sure get that.
Yeah. It does feel higher proof. I'm not 100% sure what the proofs were on everything before this, but I know they're up there.
This is higher than anything you've had so far. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you, it's 122 proof.
Okay. If I had to guess, this was likely either finished in like a white wine, because those two flavors I typically get on like a white wine, like a white dessert wine, like Sauterne or something like that. But I'm not sure how much of that's coming from the rum and how much is coming from potentially the finishing that does or does not exist. I've no idea.
Gotcha. Well, you've only done one sip, right? Give it another sip.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try it again.
Now that you're acclimated to, yes, it's a rum. So. Mm-hmm.
That is really good, though. Same note. It's slight amaretto, kind of like Perry, but not Perry Ritter, or Perry Russell. My bad.
But to me, I mean, we mentioned cocktails earlier. I'm getting some like tropical kind of fruits on it too. I mean, pear is kind of in that same kind of category, but I can almost see this like almost notes of a tiki drink, which is weird because like I wouldn't put this in a tiki drink. But we were talking about overproof rum earlier. But
no, this is great. I struggle with finding some of the complexity in rum because it is such a bold base.
Sure.
But I understand. Like with that, I fully understand why people like it, which leads me to believe it's probably one of the upper tier rums I've heard you guys talk about, but I have no idea what release or what brands that would be. But
gotcha. Well, you ready for a reveal? I mean, you probably already know the brand, but
okay, let's see what we got.
It's obviously it's Foursquare.
Oh, okay. So is that one finished?
So so this one is the Redoutable, as I pronounce it on my channel. Let's see, let me focus it. Come on, I had to hold my. Sorry.
You got it, buddy. I believe.
There we go. So the casks are ex-bourbon and ex-Madeira. It's 14 years old. And like I said, 61, so 122 proof. So you actually haven't had anything from Foursquare other than Dorley's, which is technically from Foursquare.
Yeah, Dorley's, which, who knows their level of involvement with Foursquare. It could literally be this is the stuff that didn't make the cut, like Weller to, Pappy.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'm not sure.
It's worth bringing up because I'm planning to do a Dorley's stream here in the future. Mm-hmm. So if you guys didn't know, that is, I believe it's a Total Wine House brand, right?
From what I know, yes. I need to look into it more. But they've got like a 3, a 5, and some others.
Yeah, so I haven't seen it anywhere except Total Wine. So it's basically a very budget line rum. It's on par with like Plantation rum, which was before that was my to-go like mixing rum. But it's actually distilled at Foursquare. So it's like it's nothing like this. I mean, it's like this, but it's like also like under $20. So can't expect too much. But I'm a big fan of it. So I'm going to do a stream of them later on. But yeah, so this was actually my favorite Foursquare I've tried so far ever. So I'm glad to hear that you like it.
Yeah, I do. I do like that quite a bit. I was hoping that maybe it had some white wine, but I think Madeira is not. I don't know if that's a white wine or not. I'd have to look it up.
No, it's a red wine, but it's not as sweeter. It's not as sweet as some of the other red wines we've been having.
Yeah. No,
But it is
that's
excellent.
fantastic.
And the thing with Foursquare is all of their special releases are different casks. So there's like the Sagacity, I think, is one of them that uses just bourbon cask, and like the 2007, 2008. So but they're very obvious on it's literally on the front of the label what cask they use in it. So I'm glad to hear that you like this one. I hope it lived up to the expectation because I know you've been hearing a lot about it.
Foursquare, I think it lived up to the expectation. The cask strength stuff does not drink like barrel proof bourbon does. It can be a little potent, a little too ethanol heavy for people, but no, that is good. That is good. It does not drink 122 proof.
No. And this one was the most expensive one that I bought. It was about 120, but I think it's complex enough that I'm happy with that price I paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Emily says that there's a white Madeira that exists, so maybe. I didn't know that, but I don't know my Madeira.
Oh, Perry Russell, I'm free.
Perry Russell. Well, okay. There's two left here. I would say cleanse your palate after that one because that one's a heavy one.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
I'm gonna switch glasses. So if that tells you anything.
Yeah, this makes me nervous because we're going from relatively the same color spirit for the last four to now this is kind of like a lightly finished or Scotch. I mean, it's that level. Maybe
so. If y'all are just now tuning in, I see like a bunch of people just came in, so maybe Ed ran long, maybe. I don't know. But if you didn't know, I'm testing Swan. I'm putting up against several other spirits that are not bourbon. He's a bourbon lover. If you're enjoying the show, like Whiskey Mountains just said, hit the like button. And if you're not yet subscribed, please hit subscribe down below. It really does help out the channel, and I hope to see you on a future stream. But for now, we're getting into the last two pours of the evening. I almost pulled. I'm so bad about almost pulling it like on camera. Okay. That sounded wrong. Swan, look away. before I pull it out on camera, look away.
Okay.
All right. So everyone in the chat, don't spoil it. And this is going to be very reflective. Now, this is one that they're probably not going to know anyways, so I'm going to have to explain as well. Okay. But they can read it right there.
Yeah, take your time showing it off. I'm all good.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sorry for all the noises. It's a complex one is all I got to say.
I'm listening to all the noises for context.
Let's just fake some noises. I just make some random sound effects.
Yeah, I got a tambourine in there.
Oh wow, this one's. I see why you were worried. It's very light. It's a lot lighter than I remembered it being. All right, you're good to look now.
Okay.
If the chat tells you anything, they say, hell yes. And then James says, pull it out on camera. All right, so this one.
Okay.
Oh, Donnie did not see. Okay, those of you that saw it, private message Donnie what it was. Or Swan, look away for like 5 more seconds. Let me show it real quick, just in case anyone missed it. All right, he's looking away. Real quick, if anyone missed it. All right, there we go. There you go, Donnie. Okay, we're good. Donnie, I showed it again. Donnie's very upset. I hope you saw it that time.
Okay.
Okay. You ready to give this a nose?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any guesses what this is?
The peated Scotch. That much I know.
Oh, nice. 60 Hertz says they just killed one of those. Same batch, too. Very cool. Okay, y'all keep it quiet in the chat. Donald Rand says they make one of his favorite malts, so that's all y'all get to know. Don't spoil anymore.
Yeah. It's definitely a different kind of peat than I'm used to because I've been getting into like the more like meaty, savory peat. Mm-hmm. This feels a little different than that.
I will say this is my first time trying this type of peat too. It's from a place that doesn't typically do peated stuff, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know enough about Scotch, honestly. It's from a region that I've never seen anything peated from. So if that doesn't tell you anything, but...
No, actually, it does remind me. I've had a Glenlivet Nadura that's finished in heavily peated casks, and that has the same kind of peat to it. And granted, you can take that cask from Islay or wherever, but it does have that same kind of air about it. And it's not super briny, sea salty, so it's definitely not like one of those that's just like straight off a cliff and you're in the sea kind of deal.
Right, which that's good for you. I like those, but you said before you don't really like the maritime kind of thing.
Not big on it. Not huge on Talisker. Lagavulin is okay for me. I understand why people like it. I've actually taken literally samples of bottles I've had with that note and given it to other people, and they love it. It's just not something I usually go for.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a lot of sweetness behind it.
Mm-hmm. Now this does go a little bit down in proof. It's still up there, but it's a little bit stepped down. But I didn't want to like blow your palate with this before the Foursquare.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to guess it, so let's just go ahead and taste it.
No, I'm not. I'm racking my brain. Ooh, that is so good. Not nearly as peaty on the palate as it is on the nose.
No, to me it's almost minty. I get like a minty freshness with it, which is weird, like a mouthwash note on a peated scotch. That's weird, but I like it.
Yeah, no, that's that's good. It could be power suggestion. I saw James Taylor in the chat. A good start is Oban, but it does have some of the same kind of notes from Oban, but a slight heavier peat to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got no clue what it is. If I had to guess, maybe like Balvenie Week of Peat. But
I'm gonna pretend like I know what I've heard of that. I'm gonna pretend like I know what that tastes like. Oh, close. Yeah, I mean, close.
It just has like a sweetness with some peatiness, and Balvenie is known for their kind of light, airy sweetness. So who knows?
I'm pulling up some info about it online once we reveal it because I don't know very much about this one either. I just know it was on sale, and I'm glad I bought this for what I bought it for.
Yeah, it's good. I would definitely buy a bottle of this if it was under about like $90 or so.
So the retail on it's $80, but it was on sale for $58.
Okay.
And I'll tell you the proof. It's 56.2% ABV.
So it's definitely not Balvenie Week of Peat because I think those hang around 90.
Steve, Donald says good guess. I don't know enough about it, but that must be a close one because Donald's familiar with this one. Well, wait, Zofer's saying score, so you must be real close.
All right, what are we drinking?
All right. So you were drinking. This is not going to... Okay. Mockery Moore. This is a cask strength peated Aaron, I guess it's pronounced Aaron malt.
Aaron is one of my favorite distilleries, actually.
I know that, but I knew that you had not had a peated thing from them. I think I told you about this one too. Yeah, this is from them. I think this is their only peated release ever. But yeah, it's cask strength peated, $58. I brought this to a meetup and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you got one too!" Like everyone loved this one, so it's apparently very popular.
Yeah, no, that is really good. I don't get the same like traditional malts level of like because a lot of the Aaron stuff I've had, believe it or not, is what you describe as the stuff you absolutely hate, which is that really malt heavy, slight
I always say like a cereal grain bile note. It's not my favorite note, and that's why I like Glenmorangie is not my favorite. It's my least favorite Scotch I've tried.
But like the typical Aaron 10, especially the new bottling, has those notes. So I'm surprised that this is like not even in the same wheelhouse as that maltiness.
Yeah, and this is what in case it's not in the tube, this is what the bottle looks like. It's a very pretty bottle. I like it. It almost looks like a wine, nice. Honestly. I would guess it's a wine just based on the label. But
yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that one, man. That's delicious.
Yeah, someone said they could find it for $55. Was that they say New Jersey? Yeah, Sugar Kitty says seen that for $55 in New Jersey.
Nice.
I'm very impressed with it, and that's why I want to share with you because I knew you had tried their other stuff, so I wanted to see what you thought of this one.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. That one's really good. I will say the next one is the one that scared me the most, because this one is just clear.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, isn't it? All right, yeah. Let me show the chat what it is now. My green screen. I may have to do take two on this because my green screen might screw this one up. I have a good feeling, but don't look. Are you peeking through your fingers?
Okay. Nope, I got two hands on there.
Can't relate. Oh wow, my green screen absolutely does not show this. Hold on, one second, chat.
Here, I tell you what. I'm just gonna turn around completely.
No, it's not you. It's not you. It's me. It's literally me. Okay, okay. I'm giving them a peek behind the curtain. Yeah, y'all see why this didn't work now, right? All right, this is what we're drinking. Let me get rid of this tag. All right, let me show them. Let me pour some for myself. Everyone's laughing at my green screen skills. Let me turn that back on. All right, let me pour it real quick, and then I'll bring you on.
Ooh, sounds good. I like that.
All right, it is poured. You were good. Turn around.
All right.
Emily's like, vodka.
Hey, it may be. Who knows?
Maybe. Zofer says we are taking a hard turn in another direction. Indeed.
Yeah. So let me get some water. I just poured it. In my experience, clear spirits don't need to open up near as much, but I could be completely wrong.
You could be.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Give it a nose.
All right.
Okay. Well, what kind of reaction was that?
So it reminds me of a sweeter version of tequila. And based on what I've heard from Fred Gilbert, I'm going to assume this is probably going to be a mezcal of some kind. Making a huge jump there.
Could be. Which is interesting. That has come up like twice tonight. On Fred or on Perry's stream, Ed brought out a mezcal, but his had a worm in it. Does this look like it has a worm in it? I don't know. That's pretty clear for having a worm.
Yeah, but from what I've read from mezcal, because again, I have not delved in. Clear spirits are my least experienced category of spirits for sure. Fred always describes it as more of like a sweet kind of floral citrus note. This has two of those things. It's not overly floral, but it does have kind of a vanilla, a little bit of a citrus to it. Mm-hmm. I could understand why maybe if this was the mezcal that he was describing, that it would be
typically with mezcal, it has like a smoky kind of note. Are you getting that on this one?
Not crazy amounts, no.
Okay.
But it does. That does smell fantastic. It's definitely either a tequila or a mezcal.
Okay.
Watch it be a
go ahead
rum.
Go ahead and give it a try. Let's see what you think.
Completely off base.
It's vodka.
Okay. I'll be honest. I don't love it.
Okay.
But it could be after everything else we just had. But
I saved it because it was weird, and I didn't want to I thought it'd be weird to bring this out earlier on because it just is so intense.
Yeah. But no, it does have a vanilla, a citrus to it. It's very easy drinking. I could see it being more of like a refreshing back porch kind of thing as opposed to the rest of these, which is more of like it's cold outside. I'm going to drink in my house.
And you know what? Now that I think of it, so I wonder if I messed up by giving you the peated scotch before this one. That may have been a mistake on my part. Because I will say mezcal is typically smoky, but not all mezcal is smoky. The higher quality mezcal, which by the way, this is a. Oh wait, did I review? Oops!
I saw the top of the bottle and that it wasn't a clear bottle, but I don't know what I'm.
What do you mean it's not a clear bottle? Can't you literally see? it's literally clear. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let me turn this off.
You know, the sad thing is, I actually know what this is now based on what just happened with the green screen.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's fine. I had no clue what it was until I saw it. But I'm
okay.
Yeah.
You got it. So this is, I think it's pronounced Del Maguey, 100 proof single village mezcal. Now this was about $65, I think. Mm-hmm. But with the single estate series, they basically focus on a single farm where the mezcal is grown, or the agave. So for those of you that don't know, tequila is actually a type of mezcal. Mezcal is just a general term for spirit made from agave. Tequila is only made in a very specific region, which is the Jalisco region of Mexico. But mezcal can be made anywhere in Mexico. So this is from This one is from. Let me see if it says. Man, I'm really bad. It's in Oaxaca basically, but it's a single village in Oaxaca. This is the Minero release. This is one of the more popular ones, actually. One of the more popular higher end. So I've noticed that the higher end mezcals have less of the smoke and more of the sweetness. So the really cheap mezcals have a lot of smoke. Like they're overwhelmingly smoky. So you said you had one before. You said you had one with a worm in it. I imagine that was very smoky. I mean,
it is, and for the most part, like I've even had some tequilas that are smoky. Like one of the house brands that Total Wine has got some smoke to it. I'll let Fred try that. He was not a fan, but I don't know. I do prefer this over a lot of tequila that I've tried. So that I get it. I get why a higher end mezcal is worth splurging on, as opposed to just getting some $20 stuff with a worm in it.
Well, and I will say there are some more affordable ones that are in like the $30-ish price range that I actually recommend. I like one. Actually, I really enjoy a mezcal margarita. So I like a margarita with mezcal in it. I like the little smokiness to it. It's an interesting twist on a margarita. So they do have their place, but I think this is a sipping mezcal, and I never thought I would say that like a year ago. Ask me like a sipping mezcal. I'm like, ew, no. This though, I could sip on this. I know it's different, and it takes some time to get used to. So I understand you not liking it right now. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, and again, like the rest of these, I feel like I'm a homebody. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna sit on my couch. I'm gonna watch TV. Like the rest of these have that vibe to it. This seems more like you would put it in like a mango margarita and have some smoke to it with some mezcal or something, or you would sip on this when it's hot outside because it's not. So
this reminds me of sitting on a beach. Like I could see myself sitting on a beach just sipping on this, even at 100 proof. I think it's weird enough that like it would work.
Yeah, no, and I honestly, that's probably one of the favorites I've tried. Fred's gave me a small tequila flight downstairs I've got to go through.
Nice.
So I'm going to probably do that at some point.
I'm actually curious to hear about that because I know Fred knows his stuff when it comes to tequila and mezcal. He's taught me a lot.
It sure does. He's ruining me quick on cheap tequila.
I know, as if we need to have another thing that we obsess over besides whiskey because
exactly
it's expensive. Well, okay. Obviously, you don't like any of these more than bourbon in general. However, did you have a favorite tonight?
If I could, as far as guessing price point versus bourbon price points, which have started to become a little out of control, I do think that my favorite was honestly the Irish whiskey. I think that was probably my favorite. Dress.
It's really
good. It is very good. The rum is good. I just don't think I would personally reach for it more than bourbon as far as a profile goes.
Sure.
And then the Aaron with the peat was fantastic. That's close second to the Redbreast. It's good stuff.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like saying like it more than bourbon is a little clickbait. By the way, I'm going to reveal the results of my poll. I asked, will he like any of these more than bourbon on Instagram? If you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Bourbon Bytes. I forgot to turn my green screen back on. Oh well. Y'all already know it's fake background. Okay, results. 60% of you said that no, he would not like it more than bourbon. Y'all guessed right, but I think this is one. I feel like it's not fair to say like it better than bourbon because I mean every spirit's different, and we talked a little bit before. Like I think this was before we even went live. We were saying like it's always good to expand your palate, try new things, even if it's something you're not comfortable with. I always love doing that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I feel like honestly getting into Scotch has helped me develop my bourbon profile even more because I've started to realize there's this massive range with Scotch. Let me get it in the camera here. And then bourbon is more of like a subcategory that, is not as, diverse. But the nice thing is you can find these little pockets of like very specific flavor profiles with different distilleries and things that if you enjoy it, that is your thing. I mean, Adriana is huge on Knob Creek, and for good reason. It's a good area to be in,
Yeah.
And then Donnie can lean towards some of the more finished and high malt stuff. Sorry to call out everybody real quick, but I mean, it's
go ahead, give them shout outs. I've been reading the chat as we go along. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find those little pockets in bourbon you like, but with Scotch and stuff, you can waste some money quick because one single malt Scotch from one region compared to the next are wildly different things.
I mean, you saw today, you tried that Deanston compared to the Aaron. Like, that's a completely different style. Like, it's weird to think they're the same category, being a Scotch.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think there's another plus for bourbon is a bad bourbon is still a good bourbon. It's kind of like the pizza of whiskey. Like bad pizza is still edible pizza for the most part.
I would say I wouldn't go that far because there's some real bad bourbons out there, but yeah, I get your point. Well, okay,
Yeah.
we're getting to the last. I'll let you pour a bourbon. What bourbon are you going to redeem yourself with? What are you going to pour to reset your palate, get back in the focus for what you're used to?
I've been enjoying this one recently. Let's do this. I've got some Chattanooga port finish.
Oh,
Port
nice.
cask. This one's really good.
I have not tried much from them.
Well, I'll get you some samples. Donnie and I would love to send you some Chattanooga. It's a high malt recipe, so it's a little atypical for bourbon, but it's a very unique profile that I think is easy to kind of jump on and give a try. They got a lot of interesting finished stuff too. They got some tequila finished ones, a bottle to bond that just came out. Lots of good stuff coming from them. Awesome.
I'm actually going to finish off with, I was drinking this earlier on Perry's stream. This is a Weller Foolproof pick that actually Donnie, the Linux Cat, sent me. It's from Cheers. It's Cheers, liquor, whatever. This is their second Weller pick. I just opened this for the first time today. Oh my God. This is one of my favorite Weller Foolproof picks. This is awesome. Donnie, by the way, thank you so much for that. I see Tony is Tony/Joey/Bag of Donuts/Anthony says, "Hey Cliffy, almost forgot to give you the secondary sub. Cheers. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to please do that before you leave. Seriously, I hate to keep asking, but like it does help. We've seen it on Perry's channel trying to get to 1,000 subs. We appreciate every one of you for coming back week to week. It seriously does help us out. So I'm gonna pour this Weller Foolproof to kind of reset my palate as well before we go into our after party. Which Swan, are you coming to the after party?
I sure am, man. This is my day off. I got 2 days off in a row. I plan on being on there as long as I can physically stay up.
That's very awesome. So if you guys didn't know, we do an after party patron or man, Cliffy's starting to come out. After party hangout for patrons $10 and up. You can join at patreon.com/bourbonbites. And then join us over on our Discord server where we do the hangout at. It's bourbonbites.com to join the Discord server. We have a lot of fun there. You don't have to be a patron to join the Discord server. Seriously, people are joining left and right. I love that you guys are coming on. Hopefully y'all are having fun. If y'all have any questions about Discord, please ask me because I've been on it for like only 6 months, so not really that experienced, but I've been enjoying it. So hope to see you guys there. Swan, thank you so much for coming on. Well, I mean, we're gonna have you on again soon, right? I mean, we have that flight from Don Nishida.
Yeah, I've got that up here. Some good stuff. It's gonna be mostly Scotch, but he's got some rum in there too. So
yeah, I'm very excited for the things he sent us. I haven't looked at what he sent us yet because I don't know why. I think I've just been busy. Honestly, there's not a reason I've been holding off on it, but I'm excited because I know he sent us some really good stuff. I know y'all were chatting a bit about it, so y'all stay tuned.
Yeah, it'll be good. No, just join the Patreon. If you get a chance, drop Perry a subscribe on his channel, man. I'm not big on social media, but if I'm going to be anywhere, it's going to be that channel. And I'd love to have you guys on there and get Perry to 1,000.
Yeah, definitely do that. And check your Instagram is what? Swan TBF?
Swan TBF, yep.
Joseph, are you not okay, so first super chat of the night and last super chat of the night, Joseph says, maybe this cash gets me on the Discord tonight. Joseph, I thought Joseph, for tonight, you get a free pass. If you're not a patron tonight, you get it with that. So, Joseph, I'll add you. I'll upgrade your tier for tonight. But if you're not already, you may already. I don't remember. Anyways, Swan, thank you so much for joining me. Looking forward to having you on again. And I will see you very soon on the after party hangout. And for those of you in the chat, hope to see y'all there too. All right. Cheers, guys. Let me pull up my end screen that I didn't have ready to go. All right. Cheers, guys.